Um, you got another story you want to tell us about Ival Goodman?
Yeah, he seems to like that story. I wasn't expecting him to ask that. Ival Goodman was a star in the 1940 World Series against the Tigers. He played right field. He was, I don't know if he was half Indian or more, almost all Indian. He's a left-handed hitter. He had big, thick, tremendously thick eyebrows. I always remember it. But anyway, we were having a terrible beginning at Davenport. I was on the Pittsburgh Pirate Farm Club, Davenport, Iowa, and we were losing most of our early season games, and you could tell he was really ticked and very impatient. And
He was your manager?
yeah, he gave us a team, one of those meetings where he's going to really, and he said, he had this accent, he went, "You guys are not hustling. In fact, you're not ripping some skin." And I was young, practically my early year in pro ball. I said, "Oh, I think I get it. Rip skin means we're not sliding and break a double play like the second base. That's what he called ripping some skin." And he said, "And you got to learn you got to swing them timber. And then of course I caught on to that, swing the bats. "And you can't fool me. You're all passing up that curfew. You know what time you're supposed to get in." I don't know if it was supposed to be 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. But anyway, he mentioned that, and he says, if you don't get it, if you don't get it by 1 o'clock, you're not going to get it. And some catcher we had, he said it under his breath too. That's why I couldn't figure out how Goodman heard it. And he said, "I don't know, I've had some pretty good stuff at 3 in the morning." Goodman heard it. And then all of a sudden, when our next game was the next day, we're playing Terre Haute, Indiana, Philadelphia Philly Farm Club. And I didn't see that catcher. He wasn't around on our team. He got the heave-ho. And he was a pretty good catcher. And then there was cut down, he said, "If you guys have the phone ring about 9 in the morning, that'll mean that I'm calling you to either release you or maybe ship you to another Pittsburgh Farm Club." And I had a pitcher that was rooming with me. He wasn't really real hot stuff, and boom, phone rang that morning. I went, and you know what? The phone rang for both of us. It wasn't just one guy. But "Come on down to my room, pro." I don't even know if he called me pro, but I went down there, and first person I see was a real attractive redhead with a kimono on. I'm not sure if that was his wife or what. Maybe who he was. But he says, "Pro, we're just going to ship your ass to Fargo." I always remember his name, "Ship your ass." I said, "If you show that good curveball up there, I'm sure we'll be calling you back." And that was it. I went to Fargo, and we had a 41-85 team there. Leesburg, my first year in pro ball, the year before, was 41-85. And the next year at Davenport, we were 41-85, and Fargo was 41-85. So I was on a team that didn't win very many games and lost a lot. But I had a 7-9 record at Fargo. I struck out 119 batters in 116 innings, or no, 143 innings. See how I remember the totals? And I pitched a lot of good games. I pitched against Duluth, the Cardinal Club, that had only bus crash in minor league or major league baseball history. They were going outside of St. Paul to play St. Cloud, Minnesota, Giant Farm Club, New York Giants. And a crash into another truck, and 8 ball players of Duluth got killed. So a cop stopped us on our way to our next game at Superior, Wisconsin, and they said, "You guys take it easy now," and he told us all about the Duluth bus crash. I think one of them was their manager. And Red Shane Dietz, of the famous Shane Dietz, who's one of the great second basemen in Cardinal history, his brother was not killed. He was on Duluth. And I made the All-Star team with that 7-9 record because they had to pick one guy from each team. And I was picked. Andy Cohen was the All-Star manager. He played for John McGraw. And we were in the All-Star game at Grand Forks. Grand Forks was a New York Yankee farm club. And they played the rest of the 7 teams. The leading team played the All-Stars of the other 7. And that should have been fair, you know. But they were good. Grand Forks was good. And we were into the 8th, 9th inning. And the 7th, 8th inning, Don Larson, who later pitched that perfect world, he was pitching for us for the 7 and holding him down. And boom, it's tied at the end of 9 innings. So I was the only guy left. So Boim, get in there. And I pitched the 10th inning, bottom of the 10th. They were the home team. And we got 1 run at the top of the 10th. We were ahead 4-3. And I went out there, and first batter I faced, single to left. I went, oh, don't tell me I'm going to blow this lead. And then he stole second, and I thought he was thrown out, because I thought he was out, but I was safe. So he says, man on second. And then, lucky for me, I struck out the next 2 guys. That made 2 outs, man on second, 4-3. And guess what this guy on the Grand Forks team did? Try to steal third. And I thought he was safe myself. Umpire called him out. The game's over. We win, and Andy Cohen says, "You might at a banquet." Says, "You might have been the last of the All-Stars, Boim," or they call me Irv, but you weren't the least. And I got a beautiful ring, All-Star ring, and I gave it to somebody, and I don't